Hey everyone, so picture this. You're heading into your next doctor's appointment, not a worry in the world, totally confident, even if you have to explain what's ailing you in English.
Yeah, that's what we're diving into today, making those doctor visits, even the stressful ones, a total breeze.
Totally.
Sure.
Because let's be real, it's not always the medical terms that trip us up, right? Sometimes it's those basic phrases that can feel, just awkward in another language.
For sure.
So no matter what level you're at with English, today we're going to make you sound like you aced medical school. Well, the communication part at least.
Exactly. And to help with that, we've got two really fascinating sources today.
Oh, lay it on us.
All right, so first up, we've got this super comprehensive list of must-know English phrases, and they're all specifically for doctor visits.
Ooh, like a cheat sheet.
Kinda. And then, to really put those phrases to the test, we've got this script from a beginner English lesson.
Okay.
And get this, it's a mock doctor visit, to practice with.
I love that. Like, we're sneaking in some extra medical training, but without the pop quizzes.
Exactly.
But, okay, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about those phrases. What parts of a doctor's visit do you think tend to make people nervous, even in our native languages?
Oh, man, where do I even start? Just making the appointment itself can be nerve-wracking.
Oh, tell me about it.
Like, are you being clear about why you need to be seen? And then there's actually having to explain your symptoms.
The worst.
Yeah, and especially if it's something that's like, how do you even put this feeling into words?
Right. Like, is there a medical term for this?
Exactly. But that's where I think these phrases, they're clutch. They're like, what do they always say in those cooking shows? Your secret weapon. Those go-tos for those common but kind of awkward parts of a doctor's visit.
Oh, totally. It's like having a toolkit, but instead of hammer and nails, you've got phrases like,
I would like to make an appointment.
Yes. See? Simple, direct, but it just takes the pressure off. You've got the right words.
Totally. And another thing about this list, they're not just throwing these phrases at you and saying, good luck.
They're not.
No. They actually encourage you to practice, to say these phrases out loud, which, by the way...
Which is key. Repetition is everything when you're learning a language.
100%.
It's not just about memorizing. It's about, almost like training your brain to just naturally use these phrases, even when you're nervous.
And that's where things get fun. It might feel a little silly, but saying these phrases out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe trying a few different voices. Even.
Like you're at an audition for a medical drama.
Exactly. It really helps solidify those phrases in your mind. Plus, the more you practice, the more confident you're going to sound.
I know. Just thinking about it, I already feel better about my next checkup, Imagine just confidently saying, like, I'm allergic to penicillin, or I have a sharp pain in my right arm.
There you go. It's amazing how empowering it can be to communicate effectively, especially about your health.
Okay, so we've got our toolkit, all those essential phrases.
Right.
But now it's time to really see them in action. This is where that English lesson script comes in.
Yes. I was so excited to get to this part. It's not just any script, though. It's like, a dress rehearsal for your actual doctor visit.
Oh, tell me more about this script. What makes it so special?
So basically, they lay out this whole scenario of a doctor visit.
Okay.
From the moment you walk in to, talking about what's wrong to understanding the doctor's instructions.
So it's like a step-by-step guide through the entire thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the best part is how they weave in these pauses right in the middle of the dialogue. Like the narrator might say something like, the doctor asks, where does it hurt?
Oh, I like where this is going.
Yeah. And then silence. It's your turn. As the learner, you get to actually say the phrase before they give you the patient's response in the script.
Those pauses, genius. It's like having a built-in conversation partner pushing you to practice right then and there. But I gotta say, it's more than just a prompt, right? It's like there's some real science behind why this repetition works so well for language learning.
Absolutely. Each time you repeat a phrase, especially in a situation like this, you're making those connections in your brain stronger.
Right.
Yeah, it's building that muscle memory, but for language.
Makes total sense. It's like the more you use those phrases, the less you have to overthink when you're actually at the doctor. It becomes automatic.
Exactly. And that's crucial when you're trying to focus on, something as important as your health, not stressing about verb tenses.
Oh, 100%. And, when you put it all together, this act of learning with the structure and context of the script, it's surprisingly effective for building confidence.
Totally. Like, it's almost like you're learning a dance.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, I can see that.
When you're first starting out, you're stepping on toes. It's awkward.
The worst.
But you practice, and those moves, they become fluid, natural, you know what to expect, your body just takes over.
Oh, I love that analogy. So with this script, it's like we're learning the steps of how to handle a doctor's visit. And the more we practice those moves, those phrases and responses,
The more confident and comfortable you'll be no matter what comes up at the doctor's office.
okay, you've convinced me. I'm ready to give it a try. How about a little role play?
On my game. Let me put on my best doctor voice.
Perfect. I'll be the patient coming in for, let's say, a checkup.
All right, so come on in, have a seat. Tell me what brings you in today. How are you feeling?
Well, to be honest, I haven't been feeling quite like myself lately.
Right. I've been, kind of under the weather.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Wow. You know what? I actually feel like I just had a mini checkup and all in English.
Right. See, this script's a game changer.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I think what's so cool about it, it's not about like memorizing lines word for word.
Definitely not.
It's more about, I don't know, giving you the tools to handle whatever gets thrown your way, right?
Exactly. Think of it like a framework, not like a teleprompter reading.
Oh, okay.
It shows you the flow, how a real doctor's appointment usually goes. So then you can take that structure and adapt it.
To whatever you need to say.
Precisely. It's giving you those building blocks. So let's say the script talks about headaches.
But what you're dealing with is, I don't know, dizziness. You've already learned how to talk about like how bad it is, how long it lasts, when it started.
Because you've got that roadmap, that framework.
Exactly. So you just swap out headache, plug in dizziness, whatever's going on, same structure.
So smart. It reminds me of this time I was traveling a few years back, and I had this sudden allergic reaction.
Oh no.
I know, and I could barely speak the language, but I had learned a couple key phrases, just basic first aid stuff, about allergies.
Wow, that's incredible. It came in handy though.
It did. It wasn't pretty, but I was able to at least get across what was happening, what I was allergic to.
That's huge.
I know. Probably saved me from a way worse situation. But it really showed me how powerful even a few phrases can be, especially when it comes to your health.
100%. And, that just proves it goes beyond just, learning English for a doctor's appointment. It's about being able to look out for yourself anywhere.
Being your own best advocate.
Absolutely. So, here's something to consider as we wrap things up here. How can feeling confident with these English phrases, not just at the doctor's office, but anywhere, how can that help you take charge of your well-being in other areas of your life?
Oh, that's such a good question to leave people with. It's like language isn't just words. It's about having a voice and using it to make your health a priority no matter what.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So, to all our listeners out there, go practice those phrases, make them your own, and remember, you got this.